Dave Jones here again, continuing these lessons on the movable scale forms. In this lesson we're going to look at the major scale. As usual, it's a movable scale form. All the notes are at the bottom of the PDF on the website, and what I'll do is I'll just take you through the fingering of it, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. Okay, so here's the major scale, the movable scale form of a 2-octave major scale, the first one you're going to learn. We're going to start, I'm doing this in A, as usual. We're going to start at the 5th fret with our second finger on the note A. Then we're going to play, this is on the thick E string, then on the 7th fret with our little finger, our 4th finger, we're going to play the 7th fret. Then we're going to move down to the A string. We're going to play the 4th fret with our 1st finger, the 5th fret with our 2nd finger, the 7th fret with our 4th finger, down to the D string, 4th fret with the 1st finger, 6th fret with the 3rd finger, 7th fret with the 4th finger, down to the G string, 4th fret with the 1st finger, 6th fret with the 3rd finger, 7th fret with the 4th finger, down to the B string. We're going to play the 5th fret with our 2nd finger and the 7th fret with our 4th finger. Move down to the E string. We're going to play the 4th fret with our 1st finger and the 5th fret with our 2nd finger. So that's your 2-octave scale. Okay, yeah, so that's the first position. I'll put some more lessons up on all of the positions, but that's the first position of a 2-octave major scale. It's a good scale for practicing your fingers, coordination and everything, because it uses all 4 fingers. If you're following these lessons on the scales, we've looked at the pentatonic scale and the blues scale, but it doesn't always use all of your fingers. The pentatonic scale doesn't use, for example, it doesn't use your 2nd finger at all. The blues scale does, but only once. Whereas this starts with your 2nd finger, and if you're going to follow this fingering pattern, it uses all 4 fingers. It's a great finger workout, and it's a great coordination exercise between the 2 hands. It fits over major key songs as a basis of an improvisation. It can add a slight more interesting sounds than the major pentatonic scale that we looked at, if you're following the lessons that we looked at in earlier lessons. And if you're following the theory lessons as well, you'll understand the difference between the major scale and the major pentatonic scale. But there are 2 extra notes in the scale in each octave, so it's 4 extra notes that you can physically play, although they're the same note in just different octaves of each other. So as usual, put the get the scale learnt accurately, put my teeth in, accurately and evenly, and then start noodling around in it in different directions, moving in like random directions, playing little clusters of notes, leaving little spaces and holes, and you'll start to develop phrases that you can use in the major scale as a basis of improvisation. And it, like I say, you can get some really great sounds with the major scale, because the notes that I mentioned, if we're talking about theory lessons again, the notes that are left out of the major scale to form the major pentatonic can actually create some nice tense moments, which is quite an important thing when you're improvising, or can be a very important thing, a very useful tool. So hope you found that useful, and I'll see you again sometime.